All right. All right. So good morning, everybody. I'm going to be going over these any intraday setups or day setups that we could find. I know that on a lot of pairs that I talked about on my weekly analysis, they've already gone and moved exactly like how I wanted them. One thing that I want to point out to everybody first and foremost before I get started, DXY, extremely bearish candle, engulfing candle on the daily time frame. Yesterday price didn't really do much because of course it was Labor Day yesterday. So what I want, like I had mentioned, what I want to see price continue to fall. It's been doing that, but now currently price is at this mean line. It's at this mean line right here, where it could either A, reject off of and go back up, or B, continue to fall, like break through it and continue to fall, which I want the latter to happen. But that's just on the DXY. I just wanted to show that in general. Probably we'll talk about more of the pairs that I've gone through. And also, one last thing I want to make sure to tell you guys, UCAD, I would want to take partial profits where it's currently at. I would take partial profits right here, because price could definitely just respect the zone that prices came down to before and retrace a little bit. So take partial profits. But currently in this UCAD sell, we are in 172 pips in profit. And same thing with this USD Mexican pair. It's only if you took these trades. If you didn't take them, then hey, it doesn't relate to you, right? USD Mexican, man, okay. It's just, this thing is just free falling at this point. Let me move this down a little bit. But yeah, this thing is just free falling at this point from the sell that I mentioned up here. But yeah, I'm just having this trade, putting like my stop loss currently, I have it up here at 23.185 instead of all the way up here. So just securing the bag. But anyways, that's not what we're here for. Let's go into 1 minute right here. I'm in the 1 hour looking for some intraday sells or buys. And then come on to this side. Ooh, I have drawings over here. Any special requests on pairs that you want me to look at, go ahead and type them in the chat. I'll be more than happy to take a look at them. I will try to go as fast as possible. Regular apocalypse bands. 5 minute. All right, Euro CHF, I'll take a look at that. Okay, so let me get on the 5 minute chart first, because that's what I want to do. And before I continue, just want to explain how I look for my setups like this, and you could do it on a daily basis if you have the bands or anything like that, because this is what I always use. I use the arbitrage bands. So daily, what I do looking for intraday setups is I come to the Forex 5 minute chart, and I use the Forex 1 hour chart. Now, I come to the Forex 5 minute chart, and what I'm looking for is just the apocalypse setups. The apocalypse, I want to look for if the RSI line is in the upper danger zone or in the lower danger zone. That's what I'm looking for on the 5 minute chart. And when I go to the Forex 1 hour chart, what I'm looking for is for the upper danger zone. I mean, not the apocalypse, for the arbitrage line on the 1 hour chart, if it's at the upper danger zone and the lower danger zone. That's what I use to filter out the good and bad trades, so I don't have to waste my time looking at all different types of charts. Although regardless, I still look at my pairs that I trade on a normal basis, but this is what I use to make things a little easier for me. So let me grab my piece of paper, and then I will gladly go through the process. So first, let's start off. I already know USD pairs moved a lot, so I'm pretty sure we won't be finding any proper setups for USD pairs just yet. So we came here looking at this side, right, on the 5-minute chart. So none of these are at the lower danger zone or upper danger zones. No. Except for US, apparently the US indices are probably the only ones that are up here. No. Oh no, never mind. It's only US 2000 and I don't trade that. So USD Mexican on the 5-minute, it is at the lower danger zone. So this is something I'm going to be watching for. USD Mexican, and I write down the 5 minutes apocalypse plan, and I put it at lower danger zone. Then I confirm that coming to the 1 hour time frame, and I press USD, and I'll look again, look some more. The only thing, SPX 500 is at the upper danger zone on the 1 hour 1 hour upper danger zone arbitrage band, so gonna be watching out for that, but that's not my focus right now. USD Mexican right here. We got the yes on it being at the lower danger zone, and then so I put a check mark on it. That's a confirmation, because the 5-minute apocalypse band, and I know that people hear me say this a lot, but I just like to reiterate it. The 5 minutes apocalypse band is equivalent to the 1 hour arbitrage band. Where is it? Right here. See how they're both at the lower danger zone? And so that's why I look for the confirmation. I'll go ahead and check back on the charts to make sure that they're both good, because that's what you always want to do. So let's go take a look. Before I continue, this is on USD Mexican. All right, so like I mentioned, USD Mexican has been just free falling and dropping like crazy, but now it might be time for it to actually come back up. But it's far away from this RSI line. It's far away from even calling a buy. So I'm not even realistically, I mean, because like it's 300 and it's like almost 400 pips away from the RSI line, let alone going bullish. And overall, like I said, this is why you want to always check multiple time frames. But let me go on to the 1 hour chart on the same pair. And so we do see that on the 1 hour price, same thing. It's at the lower danger zone. But what you want to do is you always want to look at the daily time frame to see what the actual trend is before getting to these trades. And we can see that USD Mexican has just been selling. Now, ideally, on the daily time frame, I'd want price to come back up to retest this mean line before dropping some more. That might not happen, but that's just what I ideally would want to see, right? And so delete those. On the hour time frame, I'm not really 100% sure that this might call for a buy, because like I said, it still has a lot of room before it even gets up to here, 300 pips. So what price could do on, I'm not necessarily looking for buys on USD Mexican. I'm looking for price to come back up, hit that RSI line, possibly for a good re-entry type of thing before it drops down. Because the overall trend on USD Mexican, or currently right now, is a downtrend. Does that make sense to everybody? As long as it makes sense, I don't. That's all I want to know. But yeah, so USD Mexican is not a pair that I really want to look for buys. Maybe for maybe a scalp, possibly, but definitely don't want to be going against the trend, right? And so let's continue on the 5-minute chart. So USD pairs, like I said, we've already seen a lot of movement from USD pairs, and I really don't like how USD pairs, they move more during Australian session or Japanese session or London session rather than New York session. But hey, that it is what it is. All right, Danny, thanks for being here. Hope you have the best, and I hope you don't mind me calling you Danny. All right, so let's go ahead and look at Australian dollars. All right, cool, awesome. All right, so on the 5-minute, I already see that Aud Cad is one that I want to watch out for. So I'll write that down. Aud Cad, 5-minute apocalypse, and then I'll put it at the upper danger zone. So when it's at the upper danger zone, what I want to look for is sells because it's up high, right? AED-JPY is another one. It's at the upper danger zone. So I'm going to write them down, and then I'll confirm it on the 1 hour. Upper danger zone. AUD-CHF. I don't know if you guys trade that. I'll take a look at that as well, but I don't trade it personally. But I'll take a look at it. I don't trade SGD, AUD-USD. It's up at the upper danger zone. That's definitely going to be interesting to see how that looks. So it looks like a lot of the Australian pairs are at the upper danger zone on the 5-minute time frame. Euro AUD, lower danger zone, because it's the opposite of all the other AUD pairs. So EA, 5 minutes apocalypse time frame. Okay. GA, GA. Oh man, I've been looking at this totally wrong because I was looking at the 5-minute and I was looking over here at the arbitrage, not the apocalypse. That's my fault. Well, never mind then, because all I'm seeing is no, 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 no. So that is my fault. My bad. Let me erase all that. That's my fault. So already AUD pairs is out of that. If I don't find anything on here, then I'll go on the bands themselves, and then I'll go look at some of the pairs already that I've talked about, and we'll go over those. All those won't be as nice trade setups that we could look for, but hey, it's better than nothing, right? So NZD pairs, no, same thing. Skip. Go to GBP pairs. GBP, no. Go on to the next page. Yeah, it looks like that's what's gonna happen, guys. It looks like I'm just gonna have to go and manually search for pairs. Probably have to, instead of looking for on the 1 hour, we probably have to go on the 2 or 4 hour time frame to look for trades, because the short-term ones have all gone by during London session, apparently. I've already gone at NZD, I've already done AUD. Let's look at Euro. Euro CAD at the apocalypse, okay. Euro CAD is one. 5-minute apocalypse. Lower danger zone. Let me see what else we have. No. Everything's a no right here. Yeah, apparently EuroCAD and USD Mexican are the only ones that have price at, on the 1 hour time frame at least, at the upper or lower danger zone. So definitely, yes, that's a confirmation. Let's see what EuroCAD looks like, because this might be Okay, I mean, I don't like how that last hourly candle looks, but we could possibly get a buy off of this if I set up an alert. What I'd want to see is price to come up, break through that RSI line, retest it, then keep climbing up. That'd be ideal of what I want to see with Euro Cad. And I think it's just the Canadian dollar is just growing strength. But on the 4-hour time frame, look, it's selling. And on the daily time frame, it looks like it's selling as well. It's under the RSI line. So yeah, guys, unfortunately, no luck with using the 5 minutes or the 1 hour on the website. So what I would do instead is just be on the chart itself and look for some trades. So first, we'll go ahead and look at Euro CHF, see what that looking like short term. Okay, so Euro CHF, this looks really good for a buy if that's what it's going to do. But apparently with the Euro pairs, because just like on Euro Cad, we have this bearish candle, this big bearish candle right here. But what I would like to see price do right here is come a little lower to come and respect the RSI line, which is at 1.05900. I'll go ahead and label that so that those who aren't using arbitrage can still be able to identify on their own charts what I'm talking about. So what I would expect price to do is come down to the 1.05 area and then continue going bullish, right? Just looking at the 1 hour time frame, it kind of looks like the 1 hour move. It already has been played out, which this played out perfectly actually. Didn't get a retest. That's the only issue, but other than that, price did go bullish perfectly. 4 hour time frame. On the 4 hour time frame, this looks like it's setting up for a sell. It looks like price caught for the sell, retested the RSI line, and looks lower. So if price does come down and doesn't respect that 1.05900 area, this is what I'm seeing on Euro CHF coming to the downside right here, which would be like the exact like this whole bullish move right here that happened on May 18th. So definitely looking out for that. But overall, I think I want to look at Euro CHF bearish. On the daily time frame, price came up, it's touched this upper danger zone. It's come even as close as to the 2 deviations. It showed a lot of overbought up here. Let me move these down. So, like I said, for Euro CHF, personally speaking, I see that price is over this RSI line right here. So I want to see price selling. If it respects, like I said, on the 1 hour time frame, if it respects down right here, yeah, you can take it back up, but not for a long time because it looks like the sell is definitely more like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's better to look for the sell right now than a buy. Awesome. Yeah, no, that's solid. That looks solid. If you're in the sell, hold that sell and keep in it because I do personally see it coming down over here for like the rest of the week, at least, maybe. And let me go actually look at the EXY because I want to see if it's the euro that's losing strength or what. And I'm not sure. Yeah, it hasn't opened yet. Never mind. This would probably open. I'd probably send out a chart later on once it does open, but it's not open yet. So, but yeah, Euro CHF, definitely want to see it sell. Let's go take a look at Euro USD. I mean, like I said, the USD pairs, they've already moved this morning. They've already been moving. So there's no point in really looking at USD pairs on like the hourly time frame because all it's going to be is retracement type of things for me personally. But as I mentioned, let me just go over what I mentioned yesterday. I was expecting price to come in, have some type of what's the word I'm looking for? Turbulence. There you go. That's the word I was looking for. I was expecting price to make have some type of turbulence at 1.09300 or 308, whatever. But that didn't happen. Price ended up just kept going higher. So what I do probably want to see is price come back to retest it, because it's already broken it. So I want to see price come and retest it for a dish, probably for another possible entry, and then keep taking it higher. Currently on Euro USD, if you are able to get into this trade, when I mentioned it on my other call, is up 74 pips, 75 pips currently. And if you didn't take partial profits from here, then I would take partial profits. But other than that, on the daily time frame, I mean, man, you would get rid of all these drawings. Only thing I really need is this right here. But other than that, yeah, it's just like how the DXY, it still has to it's still respecting that mean line. Same thing right here. I still expect this mean line right here to get respected and have some turbulence in this area. So Euro USD, I'm still watching out for that. And give me a second, guys. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. All right. So continuing on Euro USD, I still expect to see some type of turbulence over here real quick. But like I said, on the small time frame, I want to see price just come back and retest that 1.09500 area, possibly give another good trade entry, and then keep on going bullish. But other than that, Euro USD, I don't want to touch it. GP USD, same thing. It's gone really bullish on the hourly time frame. On the daily time frame, though, it is starting to set up for a buy. It's coming towards that RSI line. So wouldn't be surprised if price did end up coming to 1.23673 before dropping. Wouldn't surprise me at all, but that's exactly what I want to see. I want to see how it interacts right here. But from now, since the DXY is dropping, GU is most likely going to go bullish. So that's kind of what I want to see. 4-hour time frame. Let's see what the 4-hour looking like. Yeah, the 4 hours just called for the buy, already overbought, which is kind of interesting. probably, yeah, don't really like the looks of anything this morning to get into, because like nothing's really lining up. Let's take a look at USD. Actually, USD JPY might be one of the very few pairs that I want to look at this morning, unless it's already, yeah, dang it, yeah. This is what I was afraid of. Price already like sinking down. Man, that's too bad. Let me look at. Well, actually, it's not too bad because I'm pretty sure on the 2-hour time frame of UJ, it looks way better. Nope, hit that too. Hasn't called for the sell, and I don't like the way the RSI line looks. All right, so 4-hour time frame then. Perfect. So, like I mentioned on my previous call about UJ, I did expect price to continue going down, even though the Japanese yen is the Japan is in a recession right now, right? And so even though the Japanese yen is currently, I'm pretty sure it's unstable right now, I do want to see, this is what I want to see, price come back up, retest this RSI line on the 4-hour time frame, and then continue dropping. That would be my ideal trade setup for USD JPY. I'd want to see price to come back up to 107.650, respect this area, and then continue dropping. Right now, I wouldn't try to get into a sell as is just falling right now. If you want to, by all means, that's perfectly fine. Just don't be surprised if price does end up going back up and showing that, oh well, I wanna show weakness and start to drop. But yeah, if you want to go ahead, you could take the risky sell. I'm not into those type of things. I used to be, not anymore. I'd rather just wait for the pullback that I could potentially see happening, and then price dropping down. Daily time frame though, yeah, it's definitely came up, touched the mean line, dropping. That's exactly what I would like to see. It did call for the buy, but like I said, I don't know how sustainable this buy was with the DXY showing weakness. So yeah, price just the 4 hour is what I'm looking at really. For some of these pairs, there's nothing like, a lot of these pairs really moved yesterday and last night. So want the retest of 107.650, then continuation to the downside. That would be ideal. All right. Any questions on that? No questions. It's fine. Okay. Let's see, what else can I look at? USD Cad, like I've already mentioned, it's already like dropped a good amount, especially on the 1 hour and 4 hour time frames. But that was a trade that I was talking about from Friday, right? Yeah, from Friday. So USD Cad, what I could most likely expect from it, not gonna lie, I would want price to respect here. This is why I'm taking my partial profits down here as well. What I would want to see on USD CAD is for price to come back up, retest this RSI line, then drop some more. I'm totally fine with that happening, because that's just what price has to do in order for it to reach its long-term destinations. So yeah, what I would want to see is price come back to 1.39460. It probably won't happen. But if it does, that's what I'm prepared for. And then I want to see it drop from here. But other than that, USD CAD, I'm not looking to get into the sell, because you don't want to get into a sell down here and then price just retraces on you, because that's most likely what's going to happen. So yeah, want price to go up a little bit more, then drop, then continue on falling. But I'm already in this trade. I don't know who else is in this trade, if they are in it with me, but currently in decent profits. Stop losses at break even, and yeah. So GBP AUD might be another pair to look at, because I do still want to see this buy. I definitely still want to see this buy, and it's just been Look, down here is just showing oversold, oversold, oversold. I don't like where the RSI placement is at. That's the only thing. But down over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's been consolidating for the past 10 hours, and prices really just oversold. I want to see bullish price action. And I like what I'm seeing on the level pro. The arbitrage line is looking like it wants to break through ground zero to go bullish. So again, with GA, I'm just personally waiting and seeing how this buy plays out, because that's what I really want to happen. I really want price to buy. 4-hour time frame. And this is for all my price action traders. Right now, what I'm seeing is a W, a double bottom. Price came back up, price dropped down. Now it didn't drop all the way down to right here, which would have been better for me, but it did kind of wick there. But I want to see price keep going up on GA. That's what I want to see personally. Don't know if that's going to happen, but hey, let's see how that plays out. But GA personally is a buy. Now I'm just like, it's just, remember how on the day, let's go look at the daily time frame real quick. Remember how when price was, I was calling for the sell from up here on GA. I know a couple of you guys do, a couple of you guys don't. What price was doing here, it was consolidating in this area for days. Since it is consolidated from the 9th of March with this big ass wick all the way up to the 3rd of April. So almost for a whole month, GA was consolidating, and then it just dropped. So now that's something that we might potentially see. I hope it doesn't last for almost a month, but that's something we might potentially see with GA. But overall, I want to buy. I'm not in favor of a sell, but in all actuality, that's probably what might happen. Because look, from this sell call, let me make this a little better. From this sell call on the 4-hour, prices dropped, came, retested RSI line, dropped again, came, retested the RSI line. It could possibly drop some more, but personally, I want to see this buy. So that's just my personal preference. If it doesn't buy, then hey, it's okay. I'll just switch my bias, but nothing is telling. The only thing that, well, I'm pretty sure the 15-minute time frame, now that I think about it, that's called for the buy. Yep. So 15-minute time frame is called for the buy on GA, and this is what I like to see, because like I said, on the hourly time frame, it looks like it wants to go bullish as well. So what I would potentially want to see is for price to come, let me get rid of that W. What I potentially want to see is for price to come down, retest over here at 1.85937, and then continue taking J to the upside. Because right now it looks like it's struggling at this mean line. It looks like it's been struggling at this mean line for the past couple of hours. So a retest wouldn't be so bad. But let's see how that plays out. If you want, you go ahead and get into the risky buy right here. I wouldn't personally. I'd rather buy it down here than up here. But the amount of pips difference, it's not that much. It's like by 12 pips. So if you're down for a 12 pips plus whatever you could experience down there, this would be my ideal trade setup for GA. Right? So we have that. I put my stop loss like 35 pips. Like I said, it looks like it wants to go bullish right now. So I'd say about like a 35 pip stop loss on the 15-minute time frame. And I don't want to trade. I don't want to trade it just. Usually, this is on the 15-minute time frame. I want to take price and take my profits up here, which I mean, it's not even a 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio at this point if you're taking it up here. So let me go on the 1-hour time frame and take this all the way up to here. All right. Yeah, this looks way better because you have a 1.81 to 1 risk to reward ratio. But for GA, like I said, I'm like more interested in the buy rather than anything else. I really would prefer to take price all the way up here, but that's a very long-term trade. I'm pretty sure not a lot of people could trade that, or they could, but it's just that they don't have a lot of, this is like an intraday trade setup, right? Type of thing. So this is what I would want to see. I'd want to see price come back down to 1.85900 area and then go bullish. And this could be a good 63, 65 pips, which, hey, I mean, GA probably gives that consolidating every day. But yeah, that's what I want to see on GA. So 15-minute time frame is the time frame to play on right now. And it doesn't look like price will come back down, personally speaking. But hey, if it doesn't, you can get in right here, take that risk, and take price up to here. All right. So that's for GA. Let me go look at Euro JPY. Again, a lot of these pairs, they've already moved through London session. I don't know exactly how much more they're going to move. Euro JPY looks like it's going to go for a sell, which is pretty solid. After it went bullish, let me see what it looks like. Yeah, on the hourly time frame, I know my man Cole, he got into this trade last night. Okay, cool. Yeah, Cole, he got into this buy yesterday. I'm like, oh yeah, that looks pretty good. And then so price ended up coming down over here. Want to see it break through this. If it breaks through this right here, then on the 15-minute, it's going to call for the sell for sure. I still already like it for the sell on the 15-minute time frame. So what I would realistically do, I might get into this trade this morning for like a little quick intraday trade. Yeah, I actually might get into this. So I put my stop loss at 20 pips, a little higher. 20 pips right there. And then have my profit right here. So it's a 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio. So that would be, I'm risking 20.8 pips to receive 45 pips. As long as this price respects this level right here, price hasn't called for the sell quite just yet. It has not called for the sell. Nothing is even lined up for the sell just yet. I'd probably wait a little bit to get my confirmations. The only thing that's telling me to sell right now is the Atlas and the fact that price is under the RSI line. But other than that, like I mentioned, I want to see price come down here after going bullish. Let me see what the daily time frame looks like. You guys could take a screenshot of this if you want to see it right now. I'm about to go to the daily time frame and just mess everything up. All right, remove drawings, daily time frame. I just want to see if we're going with the trend, and it definitely looks like we're not going with the trend. Is this still? And whatever. So yeah, what I want to see is, it looks like price is respecting this mean line right here, but almost everything's calling for a buy on EJ on the daily time frame. And like I said, you want to be careful because the Japanese yen is currently in a recession, but I still kind of believe in this. I still like this 15-minute trade because if price is going to respect here on the mean line, like especially how it's doing on USD JPY, then yeah, we could probably see some type of drop. I'm gonna set this alert up because I do like the sell. Euro JPY, so AB arbitrage. I'm gonna call for shorts. create. And also what I want to see is the level pro. I didn't need to do that. I'm going to set up for the level pro 2.0. I want the arbitrage band to go negative. The RSI line, it's most likely going to go negative before the arbitrage, but that's what I want to see. And then one more on the Atlas, no, not the Atlas, sorry, the arbitrage Z. Okay, baby. So I don't know. Sorry about that. So for the arbitrage Z, I want to place it at the arbitrage, and I want this crossing, not the value, but I want it to come back to the arbitrage Z, and then for it to cross through the Z. Actually, let me see. I don't think I'm going to cross through the Z. Let me see. Arbitrage Z. Oops. Definitely didn't want that. Yeah, I'll put it crossing the RSI line so that if the arbitrage Z crosses the RSI line, which if this does go down and it comes back up, it'll probably do that. So that's the alerts I'm going to set for Euro JPY. Risky traders, if you want, you can go ahead and enter the sell right about here. But again, like I mentioned, you want to be careful because overall on the daily time frame, it's calling for a buy. So you going against that, you're just going to go against the trend, which there's nothing wrong with that. You just want to be careful, right? So that's for Euro JPY. Gold. Let me look at gold real quick. Okay. So gold, I really don't know how I feel about gold because, okay, you see this wick right here? I remember yesterday price gave this wick and went up, and then now it's back at that same exact area, and it's calling for oversolds on the RSI line, and the arbitrage line almost did the same thing, right? 4-hour time frame, I'm pretty sure it's still calling for the sell. Yep. Look, it's still calling for the sell, and it's under this mean line. So for my gold traders, this still looks solid for the sell. This still looks solid for the sell, but I'm just really iffy about gold right now. It's just been playing a lot of games. So if you want to trade that personally, that is totally fine. This pair's already moved a couple pips this morning. And yeah, I like I said, on the hourly time frame, I don't like how it looks for a continuation for the sell. But these oversolds, sometimes they be lying. So, well, not lying, but it's just that price doesn't regard that and it keeps selling. So if you would like, you can get it. The only thing that I see right now on gold is for it to sell personally. Daily time frame, not really. Well, actually, yeah, I see it actually turning into a sell on the daily time frame as well. So yeah, you want to be able to just watch out, especially since the upper danger zone is right here. But this possibly could go into a sell. I like it on the 4-hour for the sell for sure. For sure, I like what I'm seeing here. Price broke through, retested the RSI line, drop. So that's I still hold that same analysis. It doesn't look like gold has really moved that much, except for wicking down here, obviously. But other than that, yeah, I'm still bearish on gold. Dow Jones went extremely bullish yesterday. So as I say again, I hope that those that who have probably traded it last week with me, when I had mentioned to get out of that SPX 500 sell, you guys did. 4-hour time frame, it is showing that price is looking overbought, and realistically, I won't be surprised if we see price drop from here. I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm not going to go up against that. Daily time frame is obviously showing for a buy, and it's still looking very strong, especially on the daily time frame. So I'm not really interested in trying to buy up here, but I'm also not interested in trying to sell up here either. I want to see what price does, but I want to see some type of like trend change over here. Might not get it, but this looks more realistic, if anything, for price to come up to 25,880 or even 26,000. I see that realistically happening more, and apparently tacos are still selling. I love that. But anyways, Dow Jones, personally, I'd leave it alone. Like, all I see is bullish on it, but it could definitely look to be slowing down anytime soon. On the hourly time frame, let's take a look. So remember, I don't know how many of you guys remember this resistance that I had up here. What I would want to see price do was respect here and start to drop to possibly get a sell going on. But like I said, I don't want to sell up here just yet for price to continue going higher. If you want risky traders,
fucking bitch, what do you say? It's not true. It's not true.
What do you mean?
Because you're lame.
What was that? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, what was that? I'm sorry, I didn't get what you said. Oh, okay then. That was weird. But anyways, yeah, so Dow Jones, not too sure on exactly what it wants to do right now, but I do want to see about price slowing down before going down. Wanted to slow down right here, just chill, then start to drop. That's what I want to see personally, but it might not happen. And just like I said, going off of the daily time frame, looking at the Dow Jones from this drop, let me go ahead and add a Fibonacci to it. It's just exactly on the Fibonacci where it's at that makes me not want to really try to buy it right now. Because when you draw the Fibonacci's, price is right at this 61.8, right? I want to see exactly how it handles this. I would definitely rather prefer it to come up to the 2600 area, like I mentioned, and then start to drop some more. That's what I want to see go on with the Dow Jones, but not sure if that's going to happen or not. I'm going to leave this fib up here onto the left so that we could be able to see it. But right now, currently, like I said, price is at the 61.8 Fibonacci. So would expect some type of weakness up here. Price come up to 2600, that would be even better, honestly, and then for it to drop. That's what I would want to see. But the market gives what it wants to give, right? Any other pairs that you guys want to look at? Like I said, I don't like the way how most of these pairs look right now because they've already moved. Let's look at a pair that I don't really even trade, like CAD JPY. I'm pretty sure this is bullish as well. Yeah, it looks like it definitely it's definitely going bullish with all the other JPY pairs. Prices at this mean line. I'm pretty sure on the hourly it's already done its move. Yeah, a lot of these pairs have already made the move for the day. It probably will either retrace or consolidate for the rest of the day, but a lot of these pairs have already made their movement. let's see what else. What else do we have? I want to really give you guys like Euro JPY, that sell. I'm glad I gave it to you guys, but I'm not even too sure if it's gonna sell. Just based off of what the Japanese yen is talking about. Yeah, you see, it doesn't even look like it's gonna sell. That's why I'm like, intraday rise, I'm not really seeing much. GA is probably the only one that would go realistically go bullish. Because, I mean, even that, look, boom, it literally is at my entry that I wanted. Like, it's just weird right now. Euro USD, 1 second. I might risk this and get into this trade right now, actually. Yeah, actually, I'm down. I'm going to get into this trade right now, this GA trade. I know a lot of people don't like GB pairs, but I'll go ahead and take a look at that. So go ahead, GA. I'll drop like a 0.3 on it or 0.4. Yeah. I'll drop a 0.4 on it. All right, and stop loss at 1.8558. I'll put it at 1.85580. Buy, and let's see how that goes. Thing with GA, 30 pips is not a lot, but I like it how it's under all of this right here. That's the reason why I put that stop loss. Let's see how it goes. But hourly, let me just look at the hour. Yeah, that's a decent stop loss for me to have. I wouldn't mind. I don't mind being in this trade at all. If I lose, I lose. But let's see how it goes. But GA definitely wanted to buy. Euro USD. I think I've already. That was like one of the first pairs that I mentioned. Yeah, Euro USD, definitely don't want to get into this if you haven't already. Like I mentioned, I want price just to come back down to retest 1.9300 and then keep going bullish. That's what I'd want to see, but don't know if that's necessarily going to happen. Hey, it's all good. It's all good. I actually called for this buy on the daily time frame on Sunday. I wanted price to come back down to the RSI line, which it did. My I can't speak. My buy limit that I had set was missed. I had put it a little lower because I thought price was going to hit it. That was me being greedy personally. I think I have the trade right here. Yes, right here. So this was the buy that I was talking about. It hit it perfectly, no drawdown, and went up. Hit it perfectly, no drawdown, and went up. So, like I mentioned, want price to come back down to 1.09300, continue going bullish. That would be a good like second entry type of thing. But other than that, guys, I really don't have much. I'll be on the lookouts. Like you guys know how I am. I post like charts throughout the day in the chats and everything. So I'll be on the lookout for more pairs. But other than that, everything's already moved basically. I really don't like how the USD just decides to move like throughout the night when people are asleep. All right, no problem, Lorraine. Any other pairs or any questions anybody wants to ask? No questions? All right. Well, other than that, thank you guys for hopping on. Like I mentioned, I'll go ahead and like be on the lookout for pairs to potentially get into this morning. All right, let's see how this GA trade plays out, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your day.